Hi everyone, my name is Rachel and welcome to the French Seams. Thanks very much for joining me for today's video. This is about everything I got made up in January and February, so it's a little bit late, but hopefully you'll forgive me. I do love making these makes videos. It kind of brings everything together. Everything I show here, if you watch my Friday sews, you will have seen it already, but I think it's a nice opportunity to bring it all together. And also I do have a playlist of all my makes vlogs over on my channel, and I'll pop a link up here and down below as well. And now all my makes videos go back to 2021, which is amazing. So I have a number of categories. As always, I'll pop all the details of everything I talk about in the description box below, but I also pop chapters so you can decide which chapters you'd like to look at and which ones you're not that keen on, which is fine. Don't worry about it. So I shall start with accessories and kind of things that I didn't really have another category for. The first thing I'd like to talk about is this. And this looks like a picnic blanket, but it's actually the Arabesque Scissors Sewing Space Station, and I made this in a collaboration with my lovely friend Orla. She's Hello Little Lady over on Instagram, and we had a fabulous sewing day where we both made this up. It's basically a space station for your sewing machine. You always would have seen it here, but now I want to show you in more detail. So it does fold up, and it's got these long straps for ease of transport if you're going to a social or whatever, which is really, really cool. It then folds out. I'll make sure I've got it the right way up so nothing falls out. Here we go. So it folds out into a huge big mat. It's got lovely, lovely pockets all the way along the edge, so you can put your rulers, you can put your patterns. It's beautifully bound all the way around the outside. So this is just fabric I had in my stash that I got from my aunt. I think this is IKEA back in the day. And this sewing notion I just had as well, which is really, really cute. And then what you do is you flap out the bottom. And if I flip this around the right way so nothing falls out, this is the bit that folds over your table. So you can see here that you've got loads of lovely pockets across the top. They're all beautifully bound. You've got this nice pocket here. And then you've got this little hanging thing here, which is called the, I keep forgetting. I think it's called the cargo bay. That's right. It's attached by little elastic and buttons. And inside is where I keep my clips. So I just love this space station. It is everything I ever want. So you can open it over there, so I keep my clips. So this is removable, so you can move it wherever you want it to be. But it's just a beautiful construction. So this folds flat, and then this goes over the edge of your table, and you've got everything here, and they're nice deep pockets as well. I think it's really, really cute. So it's a really, really fun make. It is quite involved, but I just think it comes together beautifully, and it's really good fun. If I show you the pockets here, so these all close with snaps. You can see I ran out of pink ones. They all open, and you can put rulers and patterns and all kinds of stuff in there to transport. It's really, really cute, and I use it all the time. And it's great because it kind of gathers threads and stuff. You can just give it a bit of a dust off. It's great. So this is the first make I made, which I really, really like. So huge thank you to Orla for doing it with me. It was really fun. The next thing I did was the couch caddy, and that is by my lovely friend Adam over at Adam Sews. If I reach around here to get it, so it always has pride of place in my sewing room. And this is for those hand sewing moments, those EPP moments, whatever, down the couch, and it folds onto the edge of your couch like this. So it's got a beautiful removable basket. Again, that's where I keep clips and threads and stuff. The other side, you've got a beautiful pin cushion. Then this side, you've got a little bit of ribbon, and that's where I keep my little needle minders and a few needles, a few clips. It's got beautiful pockets all the way along, and on this side as well, you can make them as big or as small as you like. I love my little patch there. That's from Kylie Machine back in the day, and I've got a lovely little Rosy Cheeks label here. So this is so handy. I made it in Beauty Tulip pink fabric. I really, really love it. It's all beautifully bound. It's so neat, lovely backing and everything. This is just a fabulous pattern if I pretend to be a couch like this, and you can just keep all your bits and bobs and do whatever hand sewing you need to do. I always use it for hand binding my quilts because you can keep all your clips in here, all your pins, everything. It's so handy. So it's just a gorgeous pattern, and I will put a link below to all Adam's patterns. They are just fabulous. So next up is the Atlas zipper case. So you can see I was kind of using the same fabrics all the time. This is by Center Street Quilts, and I really love it. And I've been using this so much. I use this all the time for traveling. So it reminds me of the old school pencil cases. A nice little handmade label here. This beautiful pink fabric I got from Abercan when I went to the retreat last November. You can see the binding again. So beautiful gold zip. So that zips all the way around the outside, which is really cool. It's really fun to do all around the binding. So that zips, then you unzip it, and on the inside, if I don't get some shine from the vinyl. This is a vinyl pocket here. This is a fabric pocket, although you could do vinyl as well if you like. There's a pocket in here, there's a pocket in here, and a huge big pocket here. And I just love this. I keep my Kindle in it, I keep my passport in it, I keep all my chargers in it. So I've been using this all the time when I've been flying, because you can just fit everything in here and just pop this in your handbag, and then you can have this just when you're flying. So I put things like hand cream and lip gloss and everything. So yeah, total every seasoned traveller needs one, I think. It's a really, really nice pattern. It's all quilted, all bound. The instructions I found were really, really good. I really, really enjoyed making it. So yeah, I would highly recommend this, the Atlas Zipper Case by Centre Street Quilts. Pop that down the floor. The next thing I made, they are on the floor, but they should be on the floor. Where did I put them? Oh, here we go. These are, I just found one, the Whittaker slippers. So these are a pattern by Petite Stitchery. It's a free pattern. So I got this anti-slip stuff from Ecobee, which very sadly are closing down. So, but I think you can get this in other places just for soles. I bound it all around the edge. This is leftover fabric from a collaboration that I'm doing. And this fabric was very kindly gifted to me by my lovely friend Gro over on Instagram. I'll link her channel below. She makes fabulous things. She very kindly gifted me this fabric. It's got kind of a fleecy, it's a denim quilted fabric but with sherp on the other side. It's fabulous. And I had a little bit left over, and I made these free slippers, which are really, really cute. So these are really fun to make. My first attempt at slippers. As you can tell, I've been wearing them a lot. They're super cozy, and I just love all the binding. That's teal pink binding, which I think is just really, really fun anyway. So they are the Whittaker slippers. Great fun. Next up is another free pattern, and it is these. And these are playing card holders that I made for my little boys. It's a fabulous free pattern from Made for Mermaids, although to be honest you don't need the pattern. It's just 2 CDs, just cut circles bigger than the CDs, put a running stitch, gather them in, put a bit of foam, and then stick 2 together and stick a button in the middle. That's basically it. It's fabulous. And you put your cards in here. So it's for little hands or that can't hold cards. It's for older hands that can't hold cards. They're absolutely brilliant, and it's a way of using up all those CDs you have knocking around, which I don't know about you, but I don't listen to CDs anymore. My boys didn't even know what CDs were. So playing card holders, adorable. And I had fish fat quarters, and we used them to play Go Fish. Go figure. Very, very cute pattern. Gift November, just saying. The next thing I made was another free pattern. So this is a heart zipper pouch, and this was from, where did I get this from? I didn't write it down, apologies, I'll link it below. It's a little heart template, and I made little pouches for my boys for Valentine's Day. So they're lined, they've got little zips. The very lovely Adam Sews gave me these zip pulls. Aren't they fabulous? They're so cool. Thank you, Adam. So I made one each of these for my boys, and they keep their Pokemon cards in them. So very, very cute pattern. So that was for Valentine's Day. Another thing I made for Valentine's Day, but they've been gifted, so I'll pop in a picture here, were little heart envelopes, and that was by a wonderful tutorial by the lovely Christine from Christine Sews a Lot. I made 2 little heart envelopes for my parents for Valentine's Day, and you can put in little chocolates or little notes or whatever. I think they're really cute. Basically, it's a heart, and then you fold it in a specific way, and it makes it into a little envelope there. Adorable. Really, really cute. So I think they are all my accessories. Dresses. So dresses, I made 2 dresses, and the first one is what I'm wearing, and this is the Aspen dress by the Fabric Godmother. So I absolutely love this. I absolutely love it. So it's got a beautiful collar here. It's got a big collar stand to the back. It's got the beautiful zip. I did a continuous zip on this, which made my life a little bit harder. Never mind. One thing people have been saying is that they would love a facing here to hide the zip. I think it would be nice too, but if you can get a matching zip tape to your fabric, it'd be wonderful. It's got beautiful sleeves. I made the long sleeves, and I just did a little elastic cuff, which I really like. Then it's got a lovely high waistline here. It's all gathered. It's got the most fabulous pockets. Popped in a little Rosy Cheeks label here, and then it's got a really, really full skirt. I love this so much. This is in a viscose linen, which is probably my favorite fabric to work with, from Dries & Stoffen. The zip is from Crafty Studio, and the lovely matching zip pull as well. I made a size 10 in a B cup, and I add 2.5 centimeters of the bodice, but I think I removed it in the end. So I made a size 10, but my measurements put me in a 10 grade into a 14. I definitely didn't need to grade. There's plenty of room in the skirt. So a lot of people have said that they have removed the width from the skirt. I just made it exactly per the pattern piece, because this is a viscose linen and it's very, very drapey. So you don't notice the fullness here. It just gives a lovely kind of gather, and it's really nice, even though it's still quite heavy. If you made this in a heavier denim, it would be very, very bulky. But I think in this lightweight lightweight, lighter viscose linen. It's perfect, so I didn't alter the pattern at all, and I love the fit and I love the way that it gathers and the way it folds. So I think it's absolutely perfect. So, but if you are making it, just be cognizant of the type of fabric you're using and the weight, and then you can probably judge for yourself. It's basically just 2 rectangles for the skirt anyway, so you can make them as narrow or as wide as you like depending on your gathering preferences. So the Aspen dress, really love this, absolutely love it. I've worn it traveling, it's really comfortable, and I can see this working for the spring and also for autumn winter as well. I think it's a very versatile pattern, and I would love to make more. I would say I left off the pockets. I don't think I needed them. Right, the next dress I made was the South Bank. So this is by Nina Lee. Watch now as all my clips fall on the ground. Yep, this is the South Bank sweater, and I was so late to the party here. So it's another green dress. This is by Nina Lee, and you can do it in a sweater or a dress, and I made the dress version and I absolutely love it. It's in this beautiful green fabric, again from Dries and Stoffen, lovely thick sweatshirting. I think it's perfect for winter. The roll neck is really comfortable. I made a size 10 grading to a size 14 according to my measurements, and I added 1.5 inches to the sleeves and 2 inches to the bodice, so I'm glad I did, because otherwise it would have come up very short. Really enjoyable make, really speedy make. It's just absolutely beautiful. So it is a little bit like the Tilly and Buttons Billy, but I think this is a slimmer fit, probably a little bit more smarter than the Billy jumper dress is, but I just think this is lovely. And I think for next Christmas, I already have Christmas fabric to make another one of these this year, but I will actually make more in different colours. I think a black one would look really smart. I know my lovely friend Angela Devon Threadtails has made a couple in a cable knit, which would be beautiful. So yeah, and it's got a band at the bottom. It's a really lovely speedy make and very classy sweater dress. So that's the Nina Lee sweater dress. Yes, the South Bank sweater dress, I should say. The next category is knitting. So if you follow me for a while, you know I've fallen down the knitting rabbit hole. I wanted to make socks because my lovely sister had given me a sock wool years and years ago, and I was really keen to get them made up and teach myself how to knit socks. So while I was waiting for needles, I made a bubble hat, which the pattern I had made years ago, but I wanted to remind myself. So it's by Tin Can Knits, and it's called the Antler Toque, and I got this wool in Aldi, which is really pretty. So it's a lovely cable. I made it slightly shorter than usual because they have you fold this up, but I prefer it the way it is now. I got this beautiful little button label thing from Trimmings. I think it's really cute, and this is my little Antler Toque, and it came out really well. And I made a little pom-pom. I have the little clover pom-pom makers, which is just brilliant. My boys love helping me make pom-poms. So it's beautiful antler details. Yes, I did rip this back several times because my antlers were going awry, but I'm very happy with how this came out. It's just a bit of fun to get me into the knitting zone. And then I tackled my socks. And here they are, and I've been wearing them all the time. They're so cozy. This is the 2 balls of wool my sister gave me, so you can see that they're kind of different sizes. Sisters, not twins. These I knit 1 at a time. I've since now learned to do the 2 at a time socks, which saves you a whole world of pain. These are the Winnick Mum. I'll pop it here, but anyway, they're by Winnick Mum. I've totally forgotten them, and the yarn is by Katia that I've had for absolutely ages, and I love making these. One of them came out better than the other, but never mind. But this has totally opened my eyes to sock knitting, and I've just, yeah, the rest is history. That was knitting. What do I have next to show you? I have jumpers and sweatshirts. So the first one I want to show you, and did I bring it in? I did, was for Mr. French Seams, who I don't make enough for, really. And this is the Arctic pullover by, I think it's by Ellie and Mac. So I bought him this lovely French terry from Dries and Stoffen. It was thinner than I thought it was going to be, but it still worked. And it's a kind of a quarter zip up sweatshirt, and I really like it. I'm hoping by the time the video goes out, I'll have a picture of the lovely Mr. French Seams modelling it. He doesn't really like doing that, but never mind. For the tube, isn't it? For the gram. So I really enjoyed making this. The zip instructions were overly complex, I found. It's just putting in a zip and flapping it over. They had all kinds of measurements and all kinds of notches. I don't know. I got myself in a muddle, but it worked in the end. I used a continuous zip, which was very handy. So again, you know, I didn't have to measure, everything just fit in, and it's just got a gold zipper pull. And it's got cuffs here, and then it's got a nice hemband. They don't quite match, but never mind. He looks very smart in it. So I think initially I wasn't quite sure in the sizing, so I think I made him a size medium grading to a large. I ended up taking off an awful lot of width in it. So I think if I made this again, I would make him a smallish medium, if that makes any sense. But it's really nice. I think it's a lovely pattern. The Ellie and Mac instructions are pretty good. aside from the zip bit. But I really, really enjoyed making it, really fun, and I definitely should make them more. I haven't popped on a label, so I need to add on that made by my wife label, don't I? Oh my goodness. Hopefully I'll do that by the time he's modelling it. I'll send in a picture. But yeah, very, very cute pattern, and I would make them more. I'd be keen to make them more in a thicker, more stable jersey as well, maybe like a sweat, like the fabric I made my South Bank sweater dress in. I think would look really nice and would give it a little bit more stability. But yeah, very, very nice. So next up is the Resac sweatshirt. And I have now made 2 of these. I'm going to pop it on a hanger, because I think it's easier to show you. This is the Resac sweatshirt, and it's by Maison Fauve. This is my second one. So in this beautiful, again, I did a massive order in recent stuff and earlier in the year because I think they had free shipping. So this is another kind of spongy sweat. I absolutely love it in this beautiful blue colour with nice ribbing. The neckband gave me a huge amount of issue this time. I have made one other one and the neckband was perfect. I ended up having to put this in about 3 or 4 times and taking out about 2 inches. The other one didn't give me any trouble at all, so it's obviously just the nature of the ribbing. It's got a beautiful pocket at the front. I popped in a little Kylie machine label, handmade, yeah, using the SSS Sam's satin stitch from So Let's Sparkle. It's got this beautiful kind of portion at the side in ribbing. I really, really like that. And then I bound the neckline. I'll pop in a video here of how I show you how to do that. It's got beautiful darts in the neckline, and then it's got, yeah, just really, really nice long sleeves. So I make a size 40 right into a 42, and I don't add anything to the length, I don't add anything to the sleeve, and I really like it. It is cropped-ish, but the sleeves and everything are just perfect, so it's a really, really lovely make. I follow the online instructions, which are in French, but I do the English translations. The written translation is absolutely perfect. The instructions are so good visually, you don't even need the written instructions, to be perfectly honest. It's just beautiful to watch. They're a work of art in themselves. So this is the Resac, love it. So what else? Then the next up is the Remy sweatshirt. So, and this is by, so I remind myself, it is by Petite Stitchery, and I was taken by this, and because it was quite like a fibre mood pattern, but I just made a few Petite Stitchery patterns and I really, really liked them. And this is it. Apologies, it got really creased. This is fabric from Rainbow Fabrics. So as a brand ambassador, I can offer you 20% off Rainbow Fabrics site-wide using the code Rachel VIP, and that is an affiliate link. So thank you very, very much. So I was very kindly given this beautiful fabric. It's kind of got a pinky base, all these neon spots in it. It's really cool. It's a French terry. It doesn't have much stretch, so I had to do the back. I had to cut a little extra panel and add onto the back to the neck because it just wouldn't go over my head. But note to the wise. And it's got this beautiful little ruche detail down the side, which is really, really cute. I made a size medium. I could have gone down again. It's very, very oversized. I added 2 inches to the bodice, so I definitely needed the extra length because this kind of pulls it up ever so slightly and it was coming up quite high. I should have lengthened the sleeves ever so slightly, but they're kind of okay. I just reduced the seam allowance there as well. I did actually overlock all the edges. It doesn't ask you to, but I did. I think it gives a nicer finish. And then yes, that's about it. So it's got a lovely drop shoulder here. I could actually have sized down. Again, there's very, very little difference between, say, the medium and the small, the extra small, but it's quite oversized. So have a look at the finished garment measurements here for sure. But it's a really, really fun pattern. I was a little bit on the fence about it when I first made it, but it's definitely grown on me and I really enjoy making it, really enjoy wearing it. And I would love to make another just in the crew neck instead of the roll neck, just to make it more kind of spring, summer appropriate. But I think it's a really, really fun pattern. And the construction of this ruching is really, really cool. So next up is the Dia sweatshirt. I'm calling it the Dia sweatshirt because you say diamond, not diamond. So I'm going to say diamond, Dia sweatshirt. And it is by Mizuzu Patterns. And I love this. Again, I bound the neckline, Specky Seamstress binding. And it's got this beautiful pieced, some sort of alarm going off outside, apologies if you can hear that. So it's got this pieced diamond on the front. I had this beautiful glitter jersey from the Crafty Studio, which I think looks really, really cool. The front is really cool. It's got all these different panels and piecing to slot in your diamond. It's got this really cool high-low hem, really, really nice. You do have an option for a straight hem, but I think the high-low hem one is lovely. And little Rosy Cheeks label, look for glimmers, which I just love. Beautiful long sleeves, and yeah, it's just a really, really smart jumper. I made a size CC according to my measurements, and I added 2 inches to the sleeves. Yeah, and then this blue fabric was from Dries & Stoffen, again, a matching ribbing. So I really, really like this thing. Mezuzah patterns, they have some really, really interesting ones, and just something really unique. And I just loved making this. Really, really nice. So great instruction for the diamond, actually, I should say. So that is my Dia sweatshirt. Next up, I have a couple of makes for my boys, which are very, very cute. So I made, so baby French seams turned 4 earlier in the year. What is that beeping? Let me go check. Right, somebody's car alarm. It stopped now. So as I was saying, it was baby French seam's 4th birthday early in the year, so I wanted to make him a little birthday jumper, and I had scraps left over from my Nina Lee South Bank sweater dress, so I made him a little green jumper. It's covered in Lord knows what. So this worked out really well because his favourite colour is green as well. Well, it is at the moment anyway. This pattern is actually a kids pyjama top pattern. So these are the pyjamas that I make my boys all the time. I'll link the pattern below. It's over on Etsy. It's fabulous, but it makes a really, really nice jumper as well. So I had some white ribbing left over, grubby cuffs of course, and I bound the neckline against Becky Seamstress, and then I put a cricket. I just found this on the Cricket website. It says birthday boy and he's chomping a 4, a triceratops chomping a 4, which is really, really cute. So, and of course, pride of place made by mummy label down here. So I made him this for his birthday, which is very, very cute. And then we had Valentine's Day, and older French seams needed a Valentine's Day jumper to go to school or crash or something, so I decided to make him a little jumper. I'll pop in a picture of it here because it did have a heart. He now asked to take the heart off, so it's just a jumper, which is absolutely perfect. So this is a jumper, again, same pyjama pattern, lovely Becky Seamstress binding, a lovely little label as well, just a standard one, and then of course baby French seams wanted to jump on that bandwagon as well, so he wanted a heart sweatshirt, so I whipped this up really quickly. These are all scraps from all different makes. I just had jersey scraps lying around, which is why his is slightly colour blocked, but again, same pattern, same binding. His still has the heart, which is very, very cute, but the difference here is that they requested the thumb holes in the cuffs, which is really, really cool. So this is called the thumbs up pattern, and it's a free pattern from Waves and Wild, and basically it's how you put a little thumb hole into the cuff, which is really, really nice. It's a fabulous construction because it's all enclosed. It's really, really great. And now every sweater I make them has to have these thumb holes, but it's fine. It's really, really cool. So they were all the makes for my boys. Next up is only 2 more categories left, don't worry. Next up is tracksuits, trousers, and I made a pair of Stella joggers. This is a Tilly & Buttons pattern. I got this lovely fabric from Dries & Stoffen. I've been wearing these so much. I think I wear them probably 5 days a week. So I popped in a lovely little Rosy Cheeks label as well, popped in a little drawstring, and it's got a beautiful pocket. So I'll pop in a picture here because it's easier to show you. My measurements put me in a size 5. I made a size 5. I basted the side seams and they were miles too small, so I should have made a 6 if not a 7 in these. I did add 2 inches to the length, which I needed, which was great, and yeah, I just really, really enjoyed making these. Oh, this fabric, apologies, from Rainbow Fabrics. It's a lovely kind of charcoal French terry. It's absolutely beautiful. But yeah, I really like these. They're really, really quick to make now that I know what size I should make. It's got a nice waistband with elastic and a drawstring as well, which is quite nice. But yeah, I need to make more stuff from the Tilly & Buttons books. I really, really enjoy making them. And I think this is, again, is an oldie and a goodie, but I will be making this again in probably the proper sizing. But again, as with the Remy sweatshirts, I didn't really like it when I first made it, and then I've just been wearing them all the time. So yeah, lesson learned. If I start giving out about a pattern, just ignore me because I'll have worn it constantly by the next time I talk to you. Last but by no means least is patchwork. So I made a patchwork quilt for my baby nephew. I gifted that to him when I went over to see him when I went to the Stitch Festival in March. So I actually started this last October, I think. So I'll pop in a picture of the finished product. I got the woodland animal blocks from Joe, June and May, their foundation paper piecing, which is why you can get those nice details. And then the little flowers is a free pattern from the Apples and Beavers site, and I used scraps for all of these. And then I backed it with beautiful leaf fabric that I picked up from Trimmings, and the same for the binding as well. So I loved making this. It took a long time. Each of the blocks foundation paper pieced, which I love, but makes such a mess. And then I pieced them all together, and then I quilted it using free motion embroidery, a beautiful technique that the lovely Izzy from Dizzy Quilts and Sews showed in one of her Quilt As You Go series last year, I believe. It's kind of little flowers. Loved making that. I now have quilting gloves. They're actually gardening gloves, which makes it much easier to move around once you drop the feed dogs on your machine to do the free motion embroidery. It made a massive difference. But yeah, I loved making this. I really did. And I think it was very gratefully received, which again was lovely. So they were all my makes for January and February. So quite a varied mix of things, which I love. A bit of dressmaking, a bit of quilting, a bit of knitting, a bit of accessory sewing, which I love, and I hope you do too. Thank you very much for following along. If you have questions on any of these, please feel free to leave me a question in the comment box below. I love getting back to all the comments. I love having the chats, you know I do. If you like this video, I would very much love it if you give me a thumbs up, and also please consider subscribing. I'm looking forward to bringing you my March and April makes soon. I won't leave too long a gap this time, but as always, thank you very much for watching. I hope you're getting some time for some lovely sewing yourself, and I will catch you all again in another video. Take care, everyone.